In a previous video, I showed you guys how to print a full page of stickers using a jig that I created. That probably seemed really intriguing, except I used PROCREATE to create the full page of stickers, and you don't have access to PROCREATE. Well, today I'm going to show you how to create the same full page of print then cut stickers using the well-known software Canva. Now, in order to do this, you will still need to create the jig that I made in a previous video, and I will leave a link in the description where you can access the video to create the jig. But now, you can create full page print then cut stickers using the free software Canva online, no PROCREATE required. And with that said, let's get started. So when you go over into Canva and you've copied over the template that I've shared, you're going to open up the document and it's going to look like this. It's a simple looking document. There's not really anything too exciting in here, but it has everything that we need. This document is 8.5 by 11 inches, which is the letter size format that most US printers use. If you are European, you will need a document size a little different. And I will look into perhaps trying to make those and share them as well. But for now, this is a letter size document for letter size paper. So we go to layers. So you'll see that it's got really only 2 layers plus the background, which is this gray color. And I've changed it to this gray color so that I can see the white border on my stickers and make sure they're the right thickness. Or when we go to save it out, if you have a Canva subscription, you'll be able to save it with a transparent background, and that gray color will go away. It won't come with it. If you don't have a Canva subscription, don't worry. There is a workaround for that, and I will show you what that workaround is when we get to the saving point. In addition to that, there are 2 layers in here. One is the registration marks, which are these black squares that help Cricut recognize the entire size of this file. And then the red layer is sort of a boundary where you should put your stickers just to make sure that when you print them, you don't get them cut off, because some printers will have a little bit of a border. And I mentioned in a previous video how the borderless function doesn't always seem to at least work on my printer. And it makes more sense to just tell it to print the item at 100%. And I usually get a little bit of cutoff, about half of what these squares are, but that helps me line things up. So this red area is just kind of a safety border area, and before you go to save this file, you're going to want to make sure that you either delete this layer, or better yet, click on transparency and set it to 0 so that you don't see it at all. So but I'm going to leave this on 100% so I can see it. So now I'm going to add in my art onto my sticker sheet template. And you can do this really with anything you want. You can, even if you want to add like elements from Canva and turn those into stickers, or you can bring your own in. I do recommend that you bring in your own art, or you really change all of these elements out in Canva, because I mean, these belong to Canva. So just selling this as a sticker is technically copyright violation. So I'm going to use my own art. So I'm going to go over here into my uploads, and I'm going to pull my little alien flower that I made a little while ago. And I am just going to size him down a little bit, around about 3 inches or so. That's usually what I like to set my stickers to. Before I go to duplicating him multiple times, I want to create a little border so that he will have a little bit of a white border when I go to cut the sticker. So to do that, I'm going to edit the image, and then I'm going to go over into shadows and click outline. And I want this outline to be white. You can already see a little one pops up. I'm going to increase the size until it makes sense. I usually do my border around 65 or so. At least that's what seems to look right when I bring it into Canva. So now that I've got that, I'm going to drag my little guy over here so that it lines up pretty much right in the area. If the little extra white goes over the red border, that's okay, because obviously you're not printing the color white on your printer, but I want to definitely make sure that the color is within that red border, which it is. So now that I've got one sticker in place, I'm going to basically fill this sheet, and I can do that really by duplicating. And you can use all of the alignment functions in Canva to help try and fill this sheet. And I'm going to again slide the little guy over. I'm going to grab all of these. I'm going to right click and I'm going to just kind of tidy up so they're all like spaced evenly. And then I'm going to use my little mouse to line them up so they fit within my little red border here. Looks pretty good. And then I'm going to group them. So now I've got 4 of them in here. And I'm going to duplicate and drop this down. Duplicate again. Group. There we go. And duplicate again. Looks pretty good. I could get these pretty close, as you can see, so that if I had like another sticker or something that I wanted to use down here, I could. I don't think I have anything that I want to use right now. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and just grab this group and this group and this group and this group. And I'll go ahead and just kind of center it on the sheet. And then one last thing, open up my layers, go to my inside sticker, just go inside, and I'm going to set this transparency to 0. So now this file is all set at this point to be exported out as a transparent PNG. So what you do is you just click share, download, and you're going to want this to be PNG, and you're going to want a transparent background. And then you can just click download, and it saves it. And then if I were to open it up, you'll see in preview, this has been downloaded, and it's transparent because you've got this gray background, and that'll print perfectly just what I need. I'll usually I'll Command P to print. And then remember, with the scale, you always want to set it to 100%. And as you can see, you get a little bit of a border here, but it will print out and look absolutely beautiful. And I'll be able to run this into Cricut. So now we're over here in Cricut, and I'm going to show you how we print that full page sticker sheet that we just created over in Canva. As a little bit of a reminder, I have my settings on my load type. I have my map set to 12 by 24, and I have the print then cut page size to 11 by 17. Now, I showed you on a previous video, you can use a 12 by 12 mat with the template size cut down, although admittedly, I use my 12 by 24 cut mat because it seems to just kind of hold the paper a little better. We're going to click upload. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to upload the image that I just created. It's going to be over in my downloads folder real quick. So this is my full page Cricut sheet that was done with transparency. So as you can see, it looks pretty good. And I'll click continue and it will bring it in. And you're going to want to set it as a flat graphic, aka print then cut. So we have that here. I'm going to upload it. It's going to come in, and then I just need to adjust the size so that it is an 8.5 by 11 inch paper. There we go. So we've got 8.5 by 11 inch size. So this is all set and ready to go. And it thinks the resolution is low. I don't know why. But it's not giving me any errors in terms of print size because it says, oh, this is no problem. You're going to be printing on a tabloid sheet of paper. So I'll click over onto Make It. I don't need it saved at the moment. Make sure that when you bring it into the Cricut mat that you drag and drop to the upper left corner so that it snaps into place. That way the margin all kind of stays the same. You would think that it would snap into the upper left corner, but it doesn't seem to. And with the way Cricut kind of likes to make little changes here and there, it's always better to make sure that you've got it in the upper left corner so that they're always in the same place. As far as I can tell, or at least right now, Cricut hasn't changed the boundaries for the print then cut. So this will help ensure that the template works, throughout iterations of Cricut for now. They may change things on me. We do that, and then you'll just simply click continue. And you've already sent it to the printer, so you'll click I've already printed. And then once your Cricut machine is connected, you will set it to whatever cut settings you want and go from there. What if you didn't have the Canva subscription? How would you go about dealing with that? Well, there's going to be 2 steps that you will need to take. The first one being that if you're going to need to save 2 copies. One's going to be the copy that you print. The other copy is going to be the one that you're going to send it to Cricut. What you're going to do is just go ahead and save it, like I told you before. Only this time you won't click transparent background, but you'll click download, and it will download and create a file that will look like this, and you'll get this gray background. And that's okay. We're going to use Cricut's background erase feature to remove it. And I've tried this with a couple different colors, including like a really bright green and all of that. But honestly, this gray removes pretty well. For the print copy that you want, you're going to want to open up your layers again. And for your background, you're going to want to set your background to white. That way, when you go to print it, it's not going to try and print an additional color. So you'll do that and you'll save it out. So for instance, I'll go and I'll download no transparent background. And I'll save that sheet. And then you'll see if I go to open it, you'll notice that it comes out with a white background. And it's going to look the exact same if I were to print it. Hit Command P, you'll see it looks the same as long as I set the scale to 100%. Prints the exact same because it's white. It's not going to use any ink. So back in Cricut, what we'll do is click Upload, and Upload Image, and I'm going to click the one that I downloaded that's got the gray background, and I'm going to click Continue. Now all I really need to do is use this background feature that it shows at the beginning and tap, and it should remove everything. And if you want, you can double check and make sure by zooming in, does it get pretty close? It looks like with this one I have a little bit of a border. So if I wanted to make it, maybe try and pull it in a little bit more, I can click undo. And you can play with this color tolerance here. Gray, 264. And I zoom in, let's see. And then it took all the white away. So it is a bit of a numbers game, but with the gray, it doesn't take nearly as much. So let's say 32. Zoom in and see if that did it. Yeah, 32 does a pretty good job. You still have the white border. And you've got the black squares, which are important. So I can click Apply and Continue. Bring it in as a flat graphic. Upload. And it'll come in here with everything I need. And then it's just a matter of adjusting the size. If you lock it and type in 11, it should come up at about 8.5 or pretty close, 8.497. In fact, if I wanted to, I could even click it. There we go. It shouldn't make much of a difference. It's literally 1/1000, 3/1000 of an inch. So that's everything that you need to set up on your Cricut canvas. And then you'll just, again, go to Make. Like I showed previously, make sure you drag and drop to the left-hand corner so that it snaps into place, and then load it on your map. So I'm going to send this to the printer, and we'll see how it turned out. So I've got my board, and as you can see, my sticker sheet printed pretty well. So I'm going to get it in place, and I'm going to take a moment and put a laminate layer over it. And then I thought I'd do some holographic. So it's kind of hard to see on video, but it's pretty. One of the nice things about this full-size sheet of stickers is that because this laminate is the same size as the full sheet of stickers, I don't have to worry about cutting anything down, and I'm not wasting nearly as much material. And as you can see, this lined up beautifully, peeled no problem, and it's just so satisfying when I am able to print an entire sheet of stickers and save quite a bit of material as a result. So there you have it, guys. Easy full-page print and cut stickers made using Canva rather than PROCREATE. Now, you can actually use this method that I showed you with the border and the full-page template on really multiple imaging programs. In fact, one of my favorite programs to use this in actually is Affinity Designer or Affinity Photo, because I use the Affinity Suite, because you only have to pay for it once rather than dealing with a subscription. It's really awesome software, and if you want me to demo how to do that, make sure to leave a comment below, and I will create a video going over that and how you can add an easy outline to your stickers there. I will leave a link below to the Canva template that you should be able to copy over into your own Canva space and use for free. In the meantime, if you have any additional comments or questions, like I said, leave a message below. If you can, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you know when I drop new content. Enjoy making stickers, and I hope this Cricut hack was really helpful. Bye, guys.